After the assassination attempt against Donald Trump, from both members of party, from the standard bearers of both parties, there were calls for unity. A, do you think those calls are empty? B, do you think there has been unity in the 10 weeks since the first assassination attempt? And what do you think needs to be done to turn the temperature down?
I think that those people are making, especially, I can speak to people in the House. You know, when you had Hakeem Jeffries condemn what happened with Trump and then turn on and call us MAGA extremists, and then I get another death threat to my office. To me, that just shows that those are empty promises. I think that what needs to be focused on is the policy and not the personal attack and assault. You know, when you have people that are saying that Republicans or conservatives are a threat to democracy, naturally there are going to be people that believe that. And so I think that's why you're seeing the rhetoric that you're seeing. You know, the guy that wanted to kill President Trump, the second assassination attempt, you can look at his social media. He was a radicalized leftist. I would argue that he's not a blue dog Democrat. That guy was a legit devout leftist. And so those are the types of people that are the ones that are willing to do the crazy things. And so it's a very, I think, important time in our history to where if you are seeing that rhetoric, you need to, A, condemn it, but also to realize that foreign adversaries like Russia and China are using social media in an effort to create fighting between the two factions in our country. And so realize that you might be arguing with someone on the internet, but you have no idea if you're arguing with a bot or not. And those people potentially could be hitting these accounts, especially political accounts, with false information or insults in an effort to cause fighting.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was asked during a press briefing if President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will stop calling former President Trump a threat to democracy. And this is what she said. She said President Biden, quote, has always been very clear-eyed about this, about the threat the former president represents to our democracy. Just think about January 6th. We have to be honest with the American people when we see those types of threats, when we see that type of rhetoric that led to 2,000 people going to the Capitol, we have to call that out. What do you think about her response?
I think that it was a cop-out response. And I would, if I was in there in the press room, I'd say, well, why are you failing to condemn the people that are literally asking for violence to be brought down on Republicans? Because if President Trump, in saying peacefully protest, caused a quote unquote insurrection, then what about the people that are literally shooting or threatening to shoot Republicans? I mean, it's just an insane double standard. And I think at the end of the day, if you are not willing to accept responsibility for your words and actions, you're not a leader and you don't deserve to be in a leadership position.